And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Market Recap. Special Market Recap today, being Thursday. We will not be having the podcast. Got a couple folks out of the office, so we're going to have the recap today. I hope that you had a good trading day as always. Pretty decent opportunities today, especially in the S&Ps down near that weekly kickoff low. We're going to take a look at that in the chart shortly. But actually, I believe the NASDAQ ended up closing the day a little bit higher than the S&P and the Dow. Not quite so lucky, but what an interesting and fascinating study in auction process we've got going on here. Taking a look at crude oil, price took a good look, a good long look down below that weekly kickoff low. And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience. I don't know how that just happened. Still, I got a little bit of a gremlin walking around here, I guess. But yeah, crude took a good look at, good, Tom. Mom's supply of wine restocked. Excellent. So again, crude took a look below the weekly kickoff low, and we've left some sizable excess down below that on the daily chart. We'll see that again shortly. Even the S&Ps find support at weekly kickoff low. I think we were a little too short to break. Came up, closed the gap, while the NASDAQ really put forth an inside day from the range from yesterday. Gold rejects price below weekly kickoff low. I just have to wonder for how long. To remember, crude oil and gold are in rollover. We may be switching to September crude tomorrow. I'll check the volume. We'll discuss that on the market forecast tomorrow morning. The euro buys more time below weekly kickoff low, but there's really no sign of any momentum to the downside there. I'm beginning to question the auction process to the downside. The 10-year repair is what we called for, and prepare and repair is what we got in the 10-year today. Again, we're going to get a good view of that in the charts today. The natural gas had several attempts to accept above weekly kickoff high, only to fail and to remain down below that level. As far as news is concerned, the Fed Governor Waller was speaking today, and he stated that it's inconceivable to have a recession with unemployment rate at 3.6%. To him, I just say, well, wait a little bit. He's expecting a 75 basis point increase in rates on the FOMC meeting, which is a week from this coming Wednesday. But he's also open to a larger one. A lot of speculation as to a 100 basis point or 125 basis point rate hike in just under 2 weeks. We had J.P. Morgan and Morgan Stanley both release earnings today. Both of them missed on earnings per share and on revenue. Are we looking at a rough earnings season ahead? I'm beginning to wonder. Tomorrow, as far as earnings are concerned, we've got United Healthcare, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citigroup, U.S. Bancorp, and PNC Financial. Some more of the banking sector announcing earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, to round out a very interesting week in economic numbers, we've got retail sales at 7:30 Central, 8:50 Central industrial production, and 9 a.m. business inventories. Make sure you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, and love are always welcome here, as well as a good heckling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get notified when we do go live. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, James started the pro account today. Congratulations. Did a little bit of over trading perhaps, but ended in profit. That's good. Good risk management. Watch the over trading. We all know how dangerous that can be to a trading account. Tachyon, good to see you. James, George. Lacey is around, but my son is home from work today, so I've been largely ignored by Lacey, my work buddy. Scott saw and he conquered Bill Phillips. Good to see you, Spencer. Gave back the progress I made yesterday. Still one more day this week. Absolutely. Joe Trinan, good to see you. George, hey. Tom Hoagland is my brother. He went to go visit our mother today and replenish her wine supply, and that's always a good thing. Spencer, good to see you. I'm throwing the wine glasses up there. Denise, good to see you. Good afternoon. Hopefully you had a good trading day. Nicholas, hey, interesting. We never got to yesterday's settlement on ES, but boy, did they try, right? You're right, Nicholas. What does happen and what doesn't happen can be equally as important in futures trading for sure. David, hello. Keaton, everybody hopefully fared well today. We hope you did as well, Keaton. And Hagel Matters, good to see everybody. Brad, good afternoon. I gotta refresh a couple of things here. And we're gonna go on to the charts here, post haste. Good afternoon, Dimitar. It's a pleasure to be with you here on a Thursday, late in the day. Last thing we're going to be doing as far as live stuff is going to be tomorrow morning on the market forecast, 7:45. I hope to see you there. For all of you that attended the strategy classes this week, I hope that you found them interesting and helpful in your future in trading. And as always, looking forward to getting back to group coaching Monday and Wednesday next week at 1 p.m. Central. And of course, Make Hogue Money, which was very successful today. We had a short on the way down. We looked at weekly kickoff low. We took a long right about there. We did not get stopped out. We reached our profit target, and then the market continued to rally for the rest of the day. So hopefully if you were paying attention, watching those weekly kickoff levels, they offer opportunities to first limit risk. And sometimes you get some pretty big opportunities when we bounce off of or accept down through those levels. Once in a while, they'll become magnetic. We have to be careful of that, of course. But that opportunity that we had down to weekly kickoff low during Make Hogue Money today was golden. And what a big trade. What a good trade. Hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of that. Let's jump into the charts and see what we had going on today. Starting with crude oil. So our 92.50 weekly kickoff low got stomped by a couple of bucks, but boy, it sure didn't spend a lot of time down there. As soon as we came back up and reaccepted above that level, that was game on to the upside. Here's what happened. We had a huge opening range to the downside today. It looked like for sure we were going to be getting a test of weekly kickoff low, which we did, and then some. We really tried to push down through there. We closed one 30-minute bar below it, and the next 30-minute bar back above it, and then it was pretty much run to the upside, just bringing price right back to value from yesterday and settlement from yesterday. Looking at this, we had some overnight inventory to the short side that just ended up getting too short. We're getting back up above this weekly kickoff level. We're not looking for shorts there anymore. We're looking for longs, and we're continuing, hopefully, to profit from that upside move. Here's the E-mini S&P. So last week's high and low in pink here have pretty much enveloped, I should say, the range that we've been kind of focusing on. when we get to one of the extremes, we try and fade the extreme. Now, we did get through the last week's low, but we traded almost right to weekly kickoff low by, well, I think we went 5 ticks through it. Remember, everything is a zone, and we've ran out of sellers, too short down there, and we returned right back to range, almost, as was pointed out, getting back to settlement. So the market opened, it took one little look higher, couldn't close the gap, which has us looking for opportunities for shorts. In Make Hogue Money, we let the market come down below the last week's low. We took a short against that. We got out of that short up against weekly kickoff low, and then we looked for a long. We took a long, and I think our exit was 37.40.50. So we didn't take a lot on that trade, but we had a really nice morning. We caught a good short. We caught a good long. When this market started to head higher, I thought, oh boy, here we go. Look at how short the overnight inventory was. Overnight inventory short. Big inflection level in the weekly kickoff low. The market couldn't go any deeper. Our overnight inventory started freaking out, bringing price. I think the overnight inventory was probably largely reconciled by the time we got to this point, but we'd already closed the gap. Looking for opportunities for long would have been the play. We got a double distribution trend day. We've got a distribution here. We have single TPOs, very low volume here, and then we build another area of balance here. Tomorrow, if we open in the area of the single TPOs between maybe this high volume node and our point of control, volume point of control from yesterday, we may fall into repair, and we're going to see how that looks, because that's exactly what happened in the 10-year today. The NASDAQ representing a little bit stronger. The NASDAQ didn't open with a gap. It barely traded below yesterday's regular trading hour range, staying all day inside the extended trading hour range from yesterday. We looked lower. We came back into value, back to settlement, almost a full value area special situation play, but it wasn't true because we didn't open out of range. The same thing, the NASDAQ actually eked out a positive day today. I don't think the S&Ps, and I'm pretty sure the Dow also did not. Steve, oil has nowhere near seen the highs. And I saw yesterday an article where somebody is calling for crude oil to go back down to $60. I think I trust you more than most of the people that I read or hear on TV or in the news, Steve. Gold. Got a good look, a real good look below weekly kickoff low, a $5 move below it, 50 ticks through it. That's too rich for me. I would have been stopped out of this if I took it on the first trip to the downside. Here's what it looked like on the 30. Way short. Too short to accept down below weekly kickoff low. 2 stabs at it. Pulled back up above it, closed that bar, looked back down below it, short of the previous low, provides a decent cheap opportunity. What is that low? 1695.70, 1695, 7 ticks, 10 ticks of risk if you bought it at the low of the 9 o'clock bar. Pretty decent. Holding above weekly kickoff low. No sign of acceptance, only rejection down below that level. I'll still be looking to use that level for possible support should we open above it in regular trading hours tomorrow. Euro. Here's Euro. Still kind of just buying time and showing acceptance through time below the weekly kickoff low. but no real momentum. Where are the sellers? Where are the buyers? Just not a lot of momentum. One, two, overlapping to lower range and value today. Value outside yesterday, overlapping to lower. I don't see that there's a whole bunch of momentum here just yet. Almost seems as though it's falling into range. Let's check out the 10-year. Here's the daily, inside day, inside repair day, short time frame control. Here's what we're looking at. Very low volume node here, high volume node, high volume node. We traded, well, almost to the high volume node just before the open. We traded to the low volume node at some point, and we spent the rest of the day repairing this area. How do we say repair? Why does this seem to need repair? Well, the market didn't spend a lot of time. It went through it, came back through it, not a lot of time. When we do open between two high volume nodes in this regard, we tend to kind of hang around here and see if there's any business left to do before moving on. We're basically still very range bound and short time frame controlled in this market. 2 weeks, a week from this coming Wednesday, the FOMC meeting. I bet you we spend the next week and a half posturing and hedging for whatever happens on that next FOMC meeting. Fascinating market this is, natural gas. Daily chart, indecision here. A look above weekly kickoff high today did not become fruitful to the upside. It sure tried. Now, when we look at what happened, okay, here's today. We started the day above the weekly kickoff level. We rejected. We got above it. We rejected. We got above it. We rejected. Everything is a zone. So I still feel as though this weekly kickoff high has been respected. But every time we come up there, there's a stack of sell orders up here. And every time we come up here, we take out another little piece of that stack of sell orders up there. If we get back up there at some point, there's going to be some sort of a compression. And I think that there may be a relatively, well, I don't want to say the word explosive move in natural gas, but if we continue to compress up against this level, an acceptance could provide a pretty decent big opportunity for us. If we keep heading up there, if we keep taking out those sell orders, again, that could create the compression that could bring this market severely higher. We have to wait and see. I'm not predicting. I'm only talking in probabilities. Michael, how did the trade do in Make Hoke Money? Well, if you were there, you saw we took a short in the S&Ps off of acceptance below last week's low. We covered that short. Here, I'll show you. We covered that short down here against weekly kickoff low. We took a long against weekly kickoff low, did not get stopped out, and our profit target was, I believe, 37.40.50. And that is, of course, chosen by the participants in Make Hogue Money. These are your decisions, not mine. So we had a pretty decent trade on the down. I think we ended up about $1,400 in Make Hogue Money today, trading one lots. 2 trades, both of them good. I think we made about $350 on Tuesday. So Make Hogue Money made about $1,800 this week. So I thank you all very much. Nice, right? You left on the long at 27, 37.27. Boy, oh boy, you've got a hell of a nice profit in that if that's what you're saying there. Brad, good to see you. Kyle, good to see you. And so what happened on this day? Hank Aaron hit his 500th homer on this day in 1968. It's President Gerald Ford's birthday in 1913. He was born. It's a bad day for gunfighters. 1882, John Ringo was found dead. In 1881, Billy the Kid is shot to death. I usually try and keep these positive, but hey, you're a gunfighter, you get what you get. And what about in music? What happened today? It's Woody Guthrie's birthday. Woody he was born in 1912. He'd be 110 right now. Huh. 1967, The Who began their first full North American tour at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon, appearing as a support band to Herman's Hermits. Are you kidding? Herman's Hermits. Nothing against Herman's Hermits or Peter Noon, but come on, we're talking about The Who here. (1982), the movie premiere for Pink Floyd's The Wall was held on this date in 1982. It's a great album. Something here about the Spice Girls, but I can't even read that. Yeah, it's going to be about it. That's enough of that noise. All right. All right. It's Thursday. We got one day left to put a good chapter together in this week's chapter of trading for this year's book of trading. Been a very interesting week. Coming back off of vacation, it's been a really good week. I'm hoping it's been a really good week for everybody. Yes, the Who definitely rock. So, well, one more day, get some rest, be ready for tomorrow. We do have some more economic information and some earnings yet to deal with this week. So be ready. Give yourself a good rest tonight. Stay kind to yourself. Stay kind to others. Keep praying for world peace. And I'll see you in the morning, 7:45, same bat time, same bat channel. Blessings, everyone. Have a good night.